Hi. So we've designed LightBug to be really flexible. Unfortunately, that means that it could get quite complicated setting it up. Hopefully the app will guide you through everything, but just so that you understand how it works, explain the different power saving modes we've built in. First, let's start with the basic problem. If LightBug was waiting all the time for you to guess a location, it would drain the battery really quickly. Think of it like you're making a phone call, the other person picks up, and then you just wait until the other person has a question for you to answer it. That would obviously drain your phone's battery, and it's the same principle with LightBug. So instead, LightBug has been designed to be adapted around your life. At the most basic level, you can tell LightBug when it should be awake, and therefore when it can go to sleep. If you get LightBug Plus, you can tell LightBug to go to sleep when it's near your phone. So for example, if you put it on your child, then if your child is near you, then that's fine. It doesn't need to be on, so it can save battery. So timing is useful, but we don't all have a strict routine. And sometimes you want to track something which you're not always carrying on you, say your bike. Instead, you can tell LightBug to go to sleep when it's in certain places. For example, when it's at home. The problem with this, well, in other trackers anyway, is that you need to turn the GPS on every 5 minutes to check whether it's still at home. LightBug gets around this by integrating a movement sensor, so whenever you tap it or drop it, then it wakes up and checks where it is. If it's still at home, then it goes back to sleep and it's fine, and if it's not, it wakes up. So when you arrive home, you put your bag down with LightBug in it, it checks its location one last time, and then goes to sleep. Makes sense, right? If it's not moved, then the GPS coordinates wouldn't have changed, right? So that's really useful if you're putting it on stuff you don't want stolen. Think about putting it on your bike. You arrive at work in the morning, you lock your bike up, and then LightBug detects movement. So that could be a few things. First of all, it could just be someone locking up their bike next to yours, in which case it wakes up, checks the GPS, hasn't moved, all good, back to sleep. But then if someone's broken your lock and stealing your bike, then you'll get an alert almost straight away because the bike's moving and you're not near it, and, well, it's not right, is it? Obviously, you can combine all these settings: time, location, proximity to you. It's probably easiest to give you an example. So, say you're a mother and you've bought LightBug for your child. You've put LightBug in their jacket pocket. You know Monday to Friday they should be at school, 9 till 4. The rest of the time they should either be at home or near you or your husband. So you get the phone out, get the LightBug app up, and you start setting it up. The first thing you do is you say that LightBug is fine to go to sleep when it's at home. It's fairly safe to assume. Then you tell it to sleep when it's near your phone, or your husband's phone, or both. Finally, you tell it that between 9 and 4 on weekdays, it should be in this circle, and you draw a circle around the school on the map. You could add another alert. Just draw a bigger circle around your house and the school saying, if the child leaves this area, I want an alert straight away. Operating like this, you should expect a few months battery life out of LightBug, and that's without any solar power whatsoever. Anyway, hopefully that all makes sense. Feel free to send us an email if you have any questions.